Hi everyone, welcome to another Fruity Cooking with Lisa live stream. Today I will show you how easy it is to meal prep with your blender. We're gonna be making veggies spelled pasta with some delicious quinoa mini burger and tahini dressing. All of this using the amazing ThermoCook Pro M2.0 and the G2.6 by Fruity. I also want to remind you, as usual, at the end of this live stream, we're gonna give you a coupon code that you can use on any of our appliances at fruity.com.au, also onto our New Zealand website. And if you miss any steps or any measurements, don't worry, because we are going to upload the recipe with the measurements onto our YouTube channel, which is Fruity TV, where also you can find tons of recipes to use with your appliances. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you know what ingredients you're gonna need for today's recipe. We're gonna start with the quinoa mini burgers. So I'm gonna turn my skillet on. I already have some olive oil here. So for the quinoa mini burgers, you're gonna need some of the cooked vegetables that we're gonna cook in a second. You're gonna need some vegetables. Then you're gonna need so we have onion, mushrooms, carrots, tomatoes, chili, or capsicum. If you don't like it spicy, you can use capsicums instead. We're gonna use the wet chop method with the ThermoCook Pro M2.0. Then you're gonna need some quinoa. I already have some pre-cooked quinoa. And you're gonna need 3/4 can of chickpeas. Then for the veggies spelled pasta, you're gonna need some spelled pasta, onion, mushrooms, carrots, tomatoes, and chili. Those are the vegetables that I'm gonna be using today, but you can use any vegetables and the method that I'm gonna show you in a second with any vegetable that you prefer and you like. Then for the last recipe, which is the tahini dressing that we are going to create in the G2.6, you're going to need some water, chickpeas, tahini, lemon juice, agave or maple syrup, and some Dijon mustard and salt. I'm going to be using some pink Himalayan salt. So I'm going to start with the quinoa mini burgers, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to do this. So first thing, for the burgers, I'm going to add some chickpeas in my G2.6. And also the recipe that you're going to find onto our video that we're going to upload on Fruity TV on YouTube. You can double up everything if you're making a big batch, if you're making a lot of meal prep, or you can just do the recipe that you find. So I'm going to add some chickpeas, and then here I have some quinoa. Actually, sorry. The quinoa I'm going to add the last. So I'm going to put a little bit of pink Himalayan salt just to give it some taste. And I'm also going to add a little bit of black pepper. Some grinded chili flakes. Then I'm going to add some of the vegetables that I'm going to show you how to how to chop using the wet chop method in the TC Pro M2.0. I have some here that I pre-made last night, so I'm going to add some of those. If you also want, you can add also some chickpea flour. You can also make your chickpea flour in your G2.6. Because, as you know, you can also make flours. Let me close the lid. There we go. So I'm gonna turn it on, and I'm going to pause everything. Meanwhile, the oil is getting hot in my skillet. I'm going to pulse a little bit more. So you can always, it's almost done. It only takes a couple of seconds. And I'm just making sure that all ingredients are scraped from the side. If you're gonna use a big, if you're gonna do a bigger batch, so more quantity, it's gonna be easier to blend. There we go. And you can also leave your, you can leave them a little bit chunky, so you don't need to blend everything. This is the consistency that I prefer. Hey, Ryan. Thank you for being here. So this is the consistency that I prefer, a little bit chunkier. I'm going to give it a little bit, another quick blend for maybe 20 seconds. And then I'm going to prepare the burgers. So a quick pulse is going to be enough. There we go. So this is all done. Now I'm going to transfer this into a plate. And now is when you want to add your cooked quinoa. Let me put everything. There we go. So those burgers are so healthy. They are high in protein because quinoa, as you know, it's a grain high in protein. Also chickpeas. So here we have the vegetables and the chickpeas, and now I'm going to add some of the quinoa. And also the quinoa, once you cook it, it's pretty dry, so it will help absorb the moisture. But as I said before, you can always add a little bit of chickpea flour if you prefer. Now mixing with my spoon. So this is what you're gonna end up with. You can always add more spices as your preference. You can add oregano, rosemary, also maybe a little bit of tomato paste, as you prefer. I prefer them more. Hey, Rochelle. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. Thank you for being here with us. So now that everything is mixed, now that you have your quinoa burger dough, it's not a dough, but paste. There we go. So now with your hand, you can just make some mini balls like this, and then you press them down to make some mini burger. So let me turn the temperature up so the oil will get hot. And if you don't want to use any oil, you can always do this in the oven. There we go. So we have one. Let me show you how they should look. Like this. So now I'm going to place this in here and let it cook. There we go. I'm gonna do couple more. And you want to make sure to press. You want to make sure you press all of the you press down so everything gets Nice. There we go. This is another one. And then we are going to use the tahini dressing with this. There we go. The second one. I'm going to do the last one. And then we're going to move on with the wet chopping that I want to show you with the TC Pro M 2.0 that is going to make your life so much easier, because if you don't have a lot of time and you don't like to chop vegetables, this is going to be the perfect method for you. There we go. You can also make big burgers if you prefer. I think for a lunchbox or meal prep, it's better to have, I think they look a bit cuter. There we go. Quickly rinse my hands. And at the same time, I'm going to quickly rinse the G2.6 jug, because then we're going to use this for the tahini dressing. So just a little bit of water and smoothie. What happened? Go. So the burgers are cooking. They're not going to take long. This is now ready for the tahini dressing. So the jug is clean and ready for the next use. Now we are going to do the wet chop method in the Thermocook Pro M 2.0. So I'm going to turn it on. Here I have about ½ liter of water going in. And now you're going to start. I'm going to start with the onion. So I'm going to put the onion. You can cut it in half or even just put the whole thing. Let me get, there we go. So I have here, the onion is going in. Then what you're going to need is a strainer with a bowl underneath. And this is going to give you two products. We're going to chop the vegetables. Hey Vlad, thank you for being here. Yes, you can make everything in the Thermocook Pro 2.0, Pro M 2.0. So next thing, sorry, I was saying that this is going to give you two products. It's going to chop your vegetables, and it's also, you can reuse the water. I'm going to show you at the end. You can keep the water in the fridge to make, let me turn these burgers. There we go. So you can use the water as stock. So to make other recipes or to make a soup. So how amazing is this? So the onion is in the water. I'm going to close everything and blend for about speed 9 for about maybe 40 seconds. No, even 10 seconds is good. That's enough. There we go. You can select your time. Everything is touch screen. So not even 3 seconds. And this is chopped already. So this is the water with the onion. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna put everything into the strainer like this. So now here you have your water, and in the strainer you're left with your chopped onion. Hey Rachel, thank you for your comment, and yes, it makes your life so much easier. Here you have chopped onion in less than 4 seconds, and here you have your homemade vegetable stock that you can store in the fridge. So now what you're gonna do with this, you're gonna get a plate. There we go, and set the onion on the side. As you can see, it's perfectly chopped. So we're gonna do the rest the exact same with, we're gonna use the same water. So you're gonna put in the water, again, the one from the onion, put the strainer back, and now we're gonna do the same thing with the other vegetables. Meanwhile, the burgers are cooking. So here we have carrots. You can chop them in half like this. This is a whole carrot. Just chopping like this. We're gonna do the same thing with the carrot. There we go. You can even do this all together, the onion, the carrots. But I just wanted to show you, just making sure that it's chopped. This is the spatula that comes with the TC Pro M 2.0. There we go. I'm gonna give it another quick blend. 3, 4, 5 seconds. Done. Let me check on those burgers. They're almost done. There we go. So now I'm gonna do the same thing. And here you have perfectly chopped carrots. We're going to use all those vegetables for our pasta. I already cooked some pasta. Here I have the carrots. There we go. Done, chopping done. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the tomatoes, the chilies. So I'm just gonna put the tomato inside, everything whole, the chilies, everything whole. And then for last, we have the mushrooms and the water. I was forgetting the water. There we go, we're gonna use the same water. I know that this looks crazy, maybe, but trust me, it's a wonderful method if you are on the go, if you don't have time, if you want to do meal prep, and also if you want to do your own vegetable stock or broth to use in other recipes and to make everything tasty. So I'm going to do the same thing here. 10 seconds, speed 9, play. You have to keep an eye on this because this machine is so powerful. So if you blend it too much, it will blend the vegetables too much. And I like the consistency. When I do my vegetable pasta, I like to see the vegetables and have some consistency. There we go. We have the tomato, the chili, and everything. Now, only thing that is missing is the onion. Sorry, the mushroom. You can also, with the help of the spatula, you can press down to make sure that all the water is gone. But don't worry, if you have a little bit more water, it's fine, because the extra water is going to evaporate when you cook the vegetables in your pan, so no problem. This is so colorful already. There we go, this is ready. Now, last thing, I'm gonna re-add the water in the blender and blend the mushrooms. So the mushrooms are going in. I think the onion is making my eyes, it's making me cry. There we go, this is the last blend. Then we have, the burgers are almost ready. Just checking that they're not burning. There we go. And this is the mushroom, the water is in. Let's blend everything. A little bit more time. 5 seconds, speed 9, speed 8. There we go. The mushrooms also are blended and perfect. So this is all done. How quick and great. Also, if you have a big family and you need to do a big dinner, the Thermocook Pro M 2.0 is just a lifesaver and time saver. There we go. So here we have everything, the mushrooms, the carrots, the chilies, the tomatoes, the onions, everything is blended. And once you cook all of this, you will end up with, let me put this in the sink. So this is your homemade vegetable broth in like 2 minutes. This you can store in the fridge to make other dishes. Then here you have your chopped vegetables that you're going to cook in a pan. And I already have my pasta here. Let me heat this up. Okay, 5, 6. And after you're done with the cooking, this is done. When you're done with the cooking, you're gonna end up with perfectly chopped and cooked vegetables that you can add to your pasta and your mini burgers. So I'm gonna add this to the pasta, and our pasta, it's almost done. Like this. The burgers are done. I'm gonna show it to you in a second. I'm just gonna quickly mix the pasta and turn on the heat. So I'm gonna cook it a little bit to mix with the vegetables. And now we can do now we have our last recipe, which is the tahini dressing. So this is clean and it's ready for the tahini dressing. Where is here? So chickpeas are going in. It depends how much you want to make. If you want to make a big batch to keep in the fridge, you can always double up the recipe. As I said before, I'm going to use some organic agave. Organic agave. You can also use maple syrup, tastes good. A little bit of black pepper. A little bit of salt. And some lemon juice. This dressing is so good. You can use it on salads. You can use it on salads. You can use it on the burgers. You can even use it on the pasta. And then the tahini. tahini is going in. A little bit of water. Oops. There we go. And now we're gonna blend everything. High speed. I'm gonna just use the pulse function. The pasta also is ready. There we go. Pasta is ready and looking good. So yummy. The burgers are ready. The dressing, I'm just gonna add a little bit more of the lemon juice and a little bit more water. We have our dressing ready. Guys, this live stream, it's almost over. Where is my spatula? Here. This live stream is almost over. Stay tuned for the coupon code that is going to be shown soon, straight after I show you the recipe that we created today. So I'm just scraping down the chickpeas and just giving a last blend. Pasta is done. We don't want to burn the pasta, no. So for this, I'm going to pull out my lunchbox container, which I also use for meal prep. So for the dressing, let me taste it first. So good. I'm going to add a little bit more of the agave, just a tiny bit, and a little bit more pink Himalayan salt. And just going to give a last blend, and then it's ready. There we go. Done. Perfect. Let me add a tiny bit. You can also add a little bit of olive oil if you prefer, but I wanted to make my dressing oil-free, so I'm not gonna add olive oil. And as I said before, if you make a big batch, it's gonna be easier to blend. You just want to make sure that the ingredients cover the blades. Perfecto. So I'm just gonna put this into the bowl. I want to show you the consistency. And this goes perfect, this dressing or sauce, however you want to call it, goes perfect with the quinoa mini burgers. There we go, all done, all messy as usual. Good. This we're going to clean later. Let me put everything in my lunch box. And if you're doing meal prep, you can freeze this and then just put it in the microwave or heat it up. If you don't want to use the microwave, whenever you want to eat it. There we go. The pasta is ready and it smells so good. And it's almost midday here, so I'm getting hungry. I think I'm going to have this for lunch. Let me plate the burgers. There we go. 1, 2, and 3 burgers. So, and now I'm gonna get a spoon for the dressing because I want to put the dressing on the burger. So guys, today we made vegetable pasta, which is here with mini quinoa burgers. And now I'm just gonna put the dressing, and we made a wonderful tahini dressing, which was made with chickpeas, agave, or you can use maple syrup, some pink Himalayan salt, black pepper, lemon juice, and some water. So this is the final results for the meal prep. I hope you enjoyed this live stream and you saw also how easy this was. Just gonna put some dressing on my burgers. And you can also store this in the fridge. So I want to thank you, the Thermocook Pro M2.0. You're going to have a discount code just popping here on the bottom. This is live 43. So you can use this discount code on fruity.com.au, also onto our New Zealand website to get a discount on any of our appliances, including the Thermocook Pro M2.0 and the G2.3, which are the appliances that I use for today's live stream. I wish you all an amazing day or night wherever you are watching from. Stay tuned because next week we're gonna have a skincare live stream using the blenders. And thank you so much for being here. I see you next time. Thank you, Ryan. Bye, everyone. Have a great night.